Robert, can you feed us programming, please? Hey, everybody online. Thank you for watching. And if you tried watching the earlier game, I apologize. The camera fell right off the front of the desk about midway through the second quarter. The signal was bad in there too. So, but thanks for watching. Boom, boom. We're ready whenever you are, Robert. Go on and roll them.
Here come the Lions. Carterville Lions Sports on News Radio WJPF is brought to you by Polar Whip and Energy, the Bank of Carbondale, Artworks, Charlie's Air Conditioning, Well Banker. These products the Lions, the City of Carterville, Joe's Lawn and Snow Removal, the Bank of Heron, IBEW Local 702, and the SIU Credit Union. This game is made possible by Dr. Justin Settle, People's National Bank, McDonald's, the Sweatshop Fitness Center, and Banterra Bank. Also sponsoring the Lions, Family Drug, Ike Honda, Fat Ella Plumbing, and First Southern Bank. It's time for Carterville Lions pregame. Here's Scott Hudson and the
Good evening, everybody. For a second time on a Tuesday, we are in Thomas Gym at Pinckneyville High School as the Carterville Lions prepare to take on the Jersey Panthers here in the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. I'm Dave McKenzie. My partner is sitting next to me, Mr. Scott Hudson, and an impressive win for the Carterville Lions in the first game today, 51-36.
Yeah, impressive second half. Carterville really came out, shot the ball well after halftime, and just ran away with the game. As many people thought they would, it may have taken a little bit longer than most would have thought, but Carterville played a very, very impressive game defensively from start to finish. Part of their problems in the first half, just couldn't find the shooting touch, but they did in the third quarter and ran away with a big win.
I think the most important thing that came out of that game was the fact that Shane Hawkins, the head coach of the Lions, was able to pull his starters midway through that third quarter, get them on the bench, get the bench or the bench players in, the underclassmen, and get them some important playing time, because if it doesn't help you now and it doesn't help you in this tournament, it is going to help you at some point down the line.
Yeah, it serves two purposes. Obviously, you rest your starters because you're going to have to play another game tonight, obviously, and then two more tomorrow, so we're going to give them as much rest as possible. And as you said, the guys that come off the bench that don't get a lot of minutes, Coach Hawkins wants to find out, who can give him some valuable minutes if called upon, whether it be because of an illness, because of foul trouble, who knows what the case may be. So I think, all in all, everything worked out the way Shane Hawkins wanted.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale, the Carterville Banking Center. They now offer the convenience of mobile banking. You can stay connected on the go with the Bank of Carbondale's mobile banking app. For more information on the features of mobile banking and how you can enroll, why don't you visit their website, tboc.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Jerseyville comes into this game. The closest I can figure, they're 2-7. Sometimes some of the information is a little bit sketchy, but when you look at some of their losses, they lost to Springfield 50-43. They lost to Waterloo 47-43. They lost to Civic Memorial 55-39. Those are some good schools. Muscuda, they lost 50-38. Centralia, they lost 52-31. They played, it's kind of similar, somewhat similar to the Carterville Lions, the tough schedule that they play early on non-conference, and that's only going to help them as they get into conference play. Plus, they won this tournament 2 years in a row prior to the Carterville Lions, who are coming into this year's tournament, the defending champ the past 2 years.
Yeah, Coach Hawkins expects a physical game out of the Jerseyville Panthers tonight. You look at their starting five, the guy they lean on the most, Jake Ridnour, is a 5'11 senior. He's their best defender. He's their best scorer, although they've had trouble scoring as a team the first part of the season. The only other player that's seen much playing time last year at the varsity level is Blake Whitman, their 6'2 junior. They only have one senior on this team, that's Ridnour, so they're trying to find their way. But like Carterville, they have played some very, very tough opponents. Their record might be a little misleading.
We'll find out. Carterville played a dandy ball game in game one today, especially the third quarter. And just like at Nashville, in the win that they had at Nashville, the third quarter was the turning point in that game for the Lions. Whatever halftime adjustments Coach Shane Hawkins made in that locker room, they came out, they put it into play. Luke Heil, I'm going to combine the two of them. But Luke Ford winds up with 13 points, huge on the boards, and he was our player of the game. And we're going to need another big game out of Luke tonight, a big game out of Taylor tonight, and we need to hit those outside jump shots.
Yeah, Carterville had open shots in the first half. They just didn't go in. As a matter of fact, they had some shots in the paint that were what we call bunnies that they just couldn't get to go. And those are the type of shots you got to make against a pretty good team. I think Jerseyville's probably better than their record. They've got good size. And again, like Cissna Park, you don't know a lot about Jerseyville, if anything at all. So it's kind of a filling out process early in the game. Then, you can make adjustments on the fly in the first half, but when you really get down to it, when you go in at halftime, you know what to expect at that point. And Shane Hawkins has done a very good job the last 2 games of making those halftime adjustments, and Carterville's come out on fire against Nashville and Cistna Park today.
We're going to go on and take a break in our pregame show here because we're about 3 minutes away from the tip-off between the Carterville Lions and the Jersey Panthers. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 2 minutes here. 2 minutes here, and we may go more. Depends on if they get right into the anthem. So. Back at Pinckneyville, it's Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson, where we are just moments away from the starting lineups here this evening between the Carterville Lions and the Jersey Panthers here this evening. As you look at the starting lineup for Jersey, they start number 3, Kurt Hall. He is a 6-foot sophomore guard. Wears number 3. Senior guard, 5'11", Jake Ridnour, that Scott was talking about, wears number 10. They start forward 6'2", junior Blake Whitman, 6'3", center junior Lucas Ross, and 6'2", forward junior A.J. Shaw. So the starting lineup for Jerseyville: Hall, Ridnour, Whitman, Ross, and Shaw. Carterville is going to be the visiting team once again this evening, and they'll go with their original starting 5. As always, number 3, Blake Jackson. Number 5, Justin Johnson. Brendan Beasley at the point guard, wearing number 30. Also, Luke Ford, number 33. And Taylor Heil, number 50. And as we said earlier, in the previous game against Cistna Park, it was Luke Ford that was our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. He winds up with 13 points in the game. Just a ton of offensive rebounds. And again, the conclusion of this game with Jerseyville, Scott and I will pick our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Your thoughts going in as we wrap up these starting lineups?
Well, obviously I'd like to see the Lions get off to a better start offensively, and I think it really starts offensively with your point guard, Brendan Beasley. He's really struggled shooting the ball from the field the last couple of games, but along with Blake Jackson and Justin Johnson, he's played very good defense, so he hasn't let his struggles on offense affect him on the defensive end. And you got to get Luke Ford and Taylor Heil going on the inside. Ford had an exceptional first game. He had 8 rebounds, 7 of those offensive. If he can do that again tonight, it's going to make it very tough for Jerseyville to win this ball game.
In the previous game here in the evening session, it was Pinckneyville all over Trico tonight. 72-40 was the final. Man, they just put the hammer on Trico in that game, and they looked good. They were up and down the floor.
That's what you expect from Pinckneyville basketball. I mean, they just come into this system from the grade schools, and they just learn how to play Pinckneyville Panther basketball. They're a very good team. They're on their home court. They press. They have very good shooters. They don't have a lot of size on the inside, but that's probably the only thing they don't have.
The starting lineup for Jerseyville is being announced. As we said, it's Kurt Hall, Jake Ridnour, Blake Whitman, Lucas Ross, and A.J. Shaw. DuQuoin took on Jabot a little bit earlier. I don't have a final score because they were in the auxiliary gym and I wasn't able to make it over. We'll try to get that before we get out of here this evening. And in the final game of the evening in the auxiliary gym, what a big crowd there is over there. The Benton Rangers take on Olney in that Pool C finale there in the other gym.
Well, this is a big game for Benton and Carterville because if Carterville wins tonight, they'll play at 1:30 tomorrow. And if Benton wins in the auxiliary gym, which they're expected to against Olney, then Carterville and Benton would meet up tomorrow afternoon at 1:30 and won the semis. And I know Benton's wanting a little bit of revenge for what happened up here last year. That would be a great matchup. But before we get ahead of ourselves, Mr. McKenzie, we've got a little work to do here.
Got to take care of business right here. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting the hometown Lions. If you would like to watch the game and listen to News Radio WJPF, head to YouTube, search Carterville Lions versus Jerseyville Panthers, and you'll be able to watch and listen on our live YouTube stream. The ball is in the air. Both teams are ready to go, and Carterville controls the tip. Thank you for listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Carterville into the front court. They are moving from left to right, moving away from us here as we are perched in the corner at Thomas Gymnasium. It's Justin Johnson on the right wing. He has the basketball, gets it to Brendan Beasley. He takes it out between the circles and works it to the right side. Justin Johnson wearing number 5, Carterville in their road blue uniforms. JJ leaves it for Blake Jackson. He fires from 3, and that's good, and that is a great start for the Carterville Lions.
Blake Jackson is starting to shoot the ball much better than he did early in the season.
Into the front court for Jerseyville. That is Jake Ridnour with the basketball. Works it around to the right side. They bring it back near side to Whitman. Whitman on the left wing. He's guarded by Justin Johnson. Back to Ridnour. Over to the right side now. It is Shaw that has the basketball. They bring it near corner. 3 ball in, out, no good. That shot taken by Whitman. And Carterville controls. Carterville with a 3-0 lead, 6:50 on the clock here in the first quarter. Into the front court, Blake Jackson. They get the ball down to Luke Ford. Turn around, a layup is good by Luke Ford. And that is exactly what Carterville needs to do. That's what they did in that first game, and that is a great offensive set by the Lions.
Ford is a mismatch headache for Jerseyville. If he gets open down low, it's all over.
Lucas Ross with the basketball on the left wing. They work it back around to the far side to Shaw. Shaw is guarded by Luke Ford, loses his balance, and gets it back to Hall. Hall kick out pass. 3 ball from the left wing, no good, and Blake Jackson has the rebound. That's 2 shots by Whitman that don't fall. Brendan Beasley into the front court toward the right wing. Shake and bake, drives a lane, right hand layup is fouled as he, no good, and he's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, Beasley got into the land of the tall timber.
He did.
But he was able to draw the foul and go to the free throw line. Carterville with a great start, up 5-0.
Blake Whitman for the Panthers charged with the foul as Beasley hits his first free throw. So Carterville has a 6-0 lead with 6:03 left here in the opening quarter. Second by Beasley off the back of the iron, no good. And the Panthers control the rebound. Into the front court they come in their white home uniforms. Into the corner, that is Whitman, but he fakes the shot, backs it around. They're going to work it around to the far side. Bring it back to Whitman from the top of the key. Fires from 3, and that's good finally. He hits his first shot, and he must be the man that shoots the ball for the Panthers.
Yeah, Jerseyville's had 3 wide open threes. That's the first one they've made, so Carterville's got to do a better job of guarding on the perimeter.
Carterville in the front court. Taylor Howell finds a cutting Justin Johnson. He banks it up and in for the Lions. They are running a great offense right now. 8-3, Carterville with the lead.
3 shots, 3 baskets.
That's an efficient offense right there. As it is Whitman that kicks the pass out. They find a cutting man down the back door. That is Shaw, and he is able to bank it home for the Panthers. It's 8-5 now. 5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Beasley to Taylor Heil, out top, way out top for the Lions. Left-hand dribble.
Jerseyville's gone to a zone trap.
And Beasley fires from three. That's good for Beasley. Oh, wow. He's got 4 points already.
That's how you burn a zone.
That's how you take care of that zone, and they weren't able to do that in the earlier game. They missed those shots. As it is Whitman, it drives the right side. His layup is no good. Luke Ford gets the rebound. Carterville has the basketball. 6-point lead, 11-5, 4:32 in the first quarter. Blake Jackson, or Justin Johnson, just inside the three-point arc. He launches, no good. And the Panthers control the rebound. Here comes Kurt Hall. Hall, he takes it and leaves it for Whitman. Excuse me, Ridnour. Back to Hall, and now they work it down into the post. That is Ross. They work it over to the far side. Three ball is no good, and the rebound. There's a foul on, that is going to be on A.J. Shaw of the Panthers. His first foul, the second team foul, and it's going to belong to Carterville.
Yeah, Coach Hawkins not happy about his Lions leaving Jerseyville Panthers wide open on the wing or the corner for threes.
And, of course, this is the home court for head coach Shane Hawkins. This is where he played his high school ball. And to show the respect that he does for this facility, he's got a suit on as a coach here tonight. As Taylor Heil is fouled, he drives the basket and is going to go to the line and shoot two. But earlier in the auxiliary gym, Coach had a polo shirt on.
Yeah.
But down here, he's got on the suit with the baby blue shirt, and that paying his little respect for the Pinckneyville Panthers is the foul.
He went from casual Friday to GQ man.
Yeah, he did. As A.J. Shaw for the Panthers picks up his second foul. That's good news. He has to go to the bench. And Taylor is at the line shooting.
I think he missed the first one.
That's what I was wondering. Thus the pause on the silence. The Jerseyville Panthers with the basketball. Ridnour with the left-hand dribble. He pulls up from three and just hits nothing but the bottom of the net. They're starting to roll now, too. 12-8. Carterville with a 4-point lead. 3:22 left here in the first quarter. Beasley to the right wing. Gets it in to Taylor Heil. Little 10-foot jumper. Bounces around, no good. And the rebound comes off to the Panthers. They're quickly into the front court. That is Ridnour. Ridnour with the left-hand dribble. He turns it over. And that may be, is that the first turnover?
That's first turnover of the game.
For either team.
Yep.
This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville are proud sponsors and supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Carterville in the road blues for this game. Beasley out top. Leaves it for Ford, over to Taylor Heil, now to the right wing. That's where Blake Jackson is with the left-hand dribble to the free throw line. Finds a cutting Justin Johnson. Back to Beasley. 2:48 on the clock. Jackson, Ford to Johnson. Fires from three from the right baseline. Boom! Justin Johnson with 5 points in this game so far. It's 15-8 Carterville.
Well, if you get Jackson and Johnson going along with Beasley on the outside.
How sweet would that
that'd
be?
be awesome.
Panthers into the front court. Over to the top of the circle, and between the circles now, the Panthers down on the right elbow. They bring it near side to Saberwine, and we have a foul that is called on the Carterville Lions. That's going to be on Brendan Beasley, his first. That's the first team foul on the Lions. Inbounding right below us here at Thomas Gymnasium at Pinckneyville. As they get the ball in to Hall. He fires from three, no good. Runs down his own rebound, and they're going to reset as it's Saberwine with the basketball. Top of the circle, gives it to Hall. Hall brings it near side, and it's picked off by Beasley. He's got a layup if he doesn't get fouled, and he doesn't. He's good. Brendan Beasley with the runner, and he's got 6 points in the game. 17-8, Carterville with the lead.
Yeah, good start by Beasley. The Lions need that.
Great anticipation on that pass to pick that off and be able to get that layup. Carterville defensively playing man-to-man right now as the Panthers have the basketball. 1:40 left here in the first quarter. Carterville's really stepping up the intensity defensively right now as well. Really starting to push it, and we've got a turnover, a travel on the Jerseyville Panthers. Carterville gets the basketball.
Now 3 turnovers for Jerseyville. Carterville's done a much better job defensively in the last couple of minutes.
And we've got a timeout that is called by Jerseyville. That is a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years. Certified York dealer, and they service all brands. Call 985-2502. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating.com.
Well, we talked about the good start Carterville needed offensively, and they sure have done that. They came out firing. Now they're trying, they started with the ball down low to Ford, got the easy bucket there, and then Jackson, Johnson, Beasley have all hit from the outside. Now you just got to turn up the intensity on the defensive end a little bit and not give Jerseyville those open threes, at least make it a contested shot.
And as you said, Blake Jackson with a 3 ball, Justin Johnson with a 3,
Yep.
Also Beasley with a 3. So if we can keep those guys going, Carterville should be able to handle whatever it is the Panthers throw at him defensively. As Carterville has it, Beasley into the front court, works it down. Dylan Moore fires from 3 off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by Jerseyville. Into the front court, that is Ridnour. He works it back out, top of the key to Goldacre. Now from about 14 is Severwine, and he makes his shot from about 12 feet. His first bucket of the game, 17-10 Carterville.
That was not an easy shot either.
No, it wasn't. Off balance, fading away. I don't know, one hand tied behind his back. It was crazy as a pass from Moore is out of bounds off of Jerseyville, and it's going to belong to the Lions. 54 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Carterville the 7-point lead. Head coach Shane Hawkins paces back and forth along the Carterville bench. Carterville trying to get the ball into Taylor Heil, but it's turned over on the inbounds pass. Here come the Panthers. It's Goldacre into the front court, leaves it for Saberwine. Saberwine kicks it back out, top of the key to Hall. Hall in trouble. Carterville man-to-man defense once again. That is Lucas Ross with the basketball. Leaves it for Goldacre. He pushes off, and that's a charge as he threw that right arm out on the defender, and he gets called for the foul.
4 turnovers now for the Panthers. Johnson getting ready to check back in for the Lions.
And the 4th team foul on Jerseyville here in the first quarter as there's 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Carterville's basketball, the length of the floor to go right in front of the Carterville cheerleaders who do an outstanding job week in, week out, every game. Got to give them a shout.
That's right.
Hi, Allie. Carterville in the front court, 23 seconds remaining here in the first quarter rather. Johnson, swing pass over to Blake Jackson wearing number 3. He gets it to Dylan Moore. 13 seconds on the clock. Taylor Heil to Brendan Beasley. Beasley between the circles. 7-6 on the clock. Beasley makes a cut, step back jumper from the left elbow. No good. Rebound, Jerseyville. And the shot is no good. 17-10, Carterville with the first quarter lead. We're heading to the second. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60 here, please. 60. Hey, everybody online, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying it. It's a good picture tonight. Dying, aren't you, dude?
I better get better tonight. That's all I got to say. I may come without a nose tomorrow.
That'll fix you if you can get it down. Alka-Seltzer Plus. back in Pinckneyville on a Tuesday night. Basketball action. The Carterville Lions at the end of the first quarter lead Jerseyville Panthers 17-10. That's a nice first quarter for the Lions.
Well, it is. They shot 60% from the field, their best first quarter shooting in quite some time. 7-point lead. Started out well for the Lions.
So Jerseyville has the basketball. They are moving from right to left as they work it into Ross at the free throw line. Kicks it out for Gibson. Gibson puts up a shot. No, it's blocked. It goes back out front. And Jerseyville's Hall fires from three, and that he just buries that one for the Panthers.
Threes will get you back into a game quicker than anything. Carterville's got to do a better job of guarding that three.
They're guarding a 4-point lead now, 17-13, as we just start play in the second quarter here at Pinckneyville High School, the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. Of course, your Lions are the two-time defending champion coming in this year. Both of those championships came in with wins over Chabot. And the 2 years prior to that, Jerseyville was the champion of the Duster Thomas. They have the ball into the front court. They bring it to the right side. Now from the top of the key, that is Whitman that fires from three. He buries it. He's got 6 points right now, and they are within 1 point, 17-16 with 7 minutes remaining. Beasley into the front court, right-hand dribble to the right side. Blake Jackson, swing pass to Johnson, now to Dylan Moore, steps inside the three-point line. Johnson follows him up, kick out to Beasley, over to Blake Jackson, thought he would shoot, he fakes it. Dylan Moore finds open Justin Johnson. Oh man, that was nice ball movement by the Lions, but they can't get it to fall. Beasley fires from three and buries it.
Carterville needed that big three to offset the run Jerseyville is on.
Panthers with the basketball into the front court. 4-point lead for the Lions. Three ball from Hall. He hits once again for Jerseyville. He's got 6, both of them, on three-pointers.
That's their 5th three in this first half.
And the ball's kicked defensively by Hall. Carterville's basketball. Shane Hawkins tracks it down for the Lions. Talks to his players before throwing the ball.
I'm sure he would have liked to have kicked that ball.
He would have liked to put up a three and see if it'd count. Of course, he still holds the record for three-pointers at SIU. Beasley into the front court for the Lions. He just steps into a three-ball, hits nothing. Nothing at all.
He was open, and I have no problem with him taking that shot. It just, I could tell when it left his hands, it was not going to be good.
So that's a turnover on the Lions. Guarding a 1-point lead, 5:50 left here in the first half. Into the front court, the Panthers with the basketball. That's Whitman. And then firing from three is Hall off the iron, no good. Beasley awkwardly gets the rebound. He's on the run. There go the Lions, and the pass goes off of Dylan Moore. Another turnover on Carterville.
Yeah, they've got 3 now, but a couple of those coming here in the early in the second quarter.
A much different start to the second quarter as opposed to the first.
Yeah, it's all about being consistent, and Carterville's had trouble being consistent at times, and right now they're only up by 1.
So Jerseyville with the basketball. Top of the key, that's Gibson. Gets it to Whitman. Nice pass to the cutting Ridnour. He gets the layup, and it's 21-20. That's the first lead now for the Jerseyville Panthers. Beasley with the basketball to Johnson. Now back to Beasley. They work it over to Blake Jackson on the right wing. Find Johnson at the elbow, and he travels as he drives the lane. Another turnover on Carterville.
Yeah, Carterville's just trying to do too much. When you attack this zone, Carterville's getting good ball movement, but they need to be a little bit more patient before they make their decisions.
So Jerseyville has the basketball. Bringing it from right to left, out top of the key. That's Ross. They work it down in the paint to Ridnour. Ridnour leaves it at the free throw line. Now it's Hall. Back to Whitman. Whitman sets the pick, gets it to Hall. Hall with a left-hand dribble. Drives the lane, puts it up. He's fouled, and the shot is no good. But Kurt Hall is going to go to the line and shoot free throws as the foul was on Carterville's. I believe that was on Justin Johnson, his first foul, and that is the second team foul on the Lions as Hall is at the line. And his free throw is good. He's got 7 points here in the second quarter, and we've only played 2.5 minutes.
And Luke Ford's back into the game.
Justin Johnson getting a breather. The second free throw from Kurt Hall on its way is no good, and Luke Ford gathers in the rebound. So it's 22-20. Lions down 2 into the front courts. Jackson to Beasley, over to Luke Ford, kind of on the left wing, top of the circle there. Back to Taylor Heil, who leaves it for Blake Jackson. Fakes the shot, shake and bake. Tries to get it to Beasley, but the pass is tipped away. Another turnover on the Lions. I think that's 4 possessions in a row they've turned the ball over.
And 5 turnovers in total.
So it's Panthers basketball, top of the circle, in the white uniforms. They bring it to Kurt Hall on the left wing, guarded by Blake Jackson. Hall leaves it for Ridnour. He fires from 3, no good. Blake Jackson runs down the rebound. A chance to tie it up here on this possession. Carterville has the basketball. Beasley on the left wing. He's going to set the offense for the Lions. Shane Hawkins throws up the left hand, holding up a couple of digits. I think it's 3. But with gummed up context, it's hard for me to tell. So it's Blake Jackson on the right wing. He's guarded by Hall. And they get it into the paint. Taylor Heil, little turnaround jumper from about 9 feet is good. That is a nice, need to get Taylor Heil going and Luke Ford going like they did early in that first quarter. Panthers with the basketball. On the left wing, that is Hall. Should have been a double dribble, not called. They leave it for Hall once again. And that is, they get a travel finally. Call something. He's doing all sorts of stuff, not right out.
I thought we were going to have 3 for a quarter, I didn't know what was going on,
Finally get the call of something. Maybe it was just one of those that the official said, that something just doesn't look right.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to blow the whistle here for something.
Maybe he's got gummed up
contacts as well. I've got eye drops, but they're not working. All tied at 22, 2:55 remaining on the clock here in the first quarter. They tried to lob to Luke Ford back door, but it's tipped away. But Carterville has the pass from Heil, tipped away again. Turnover as Heil fouls Whitman as he was driving the lane. That foul is the first on Taylor Heil, the 3rd team foul. And Whitman is going to go to the line and shoot 2 free throws.
I'm not going to tell anybody that's listening to this game how old I am, but I will say this. I have been around long enough, and I played basketball in high school, that when you try to make a 5-foot bounce pass into the lane, usually bad things happen. And I'll just leave it at that.
Usually, you are correct. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Crystal's Catering and more than you expected, more memorable for your guest. Visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. As Whitman misses the second free throw, it's a 1-point lead now for the Panthers over your Lions, 2:38 remaining in the first half. Beasley with the left-hand dribble takes it to the left side over to Blake Jackson. He kicks it out. Dylan Moore is wide open for 3, hits off the back of the iron. And the rebound comes off to the Panthers as it's Ridnour. He drives, finds an open Saberwine, and he's able to bank it home. It's a 3-point lead now with 2:15 left for the Panthers. Beasley into the front court. Blake Jackson gets it down on the post to Ford. He finds a cutting Heil. He dunks it for the Lions. Oh, man, that maybe will be the spark that gets them going, hopefully, as Carterville is back within 1. As the 3 ball from the Panthers, no good. Beasley gathers up the rebound. He's on the run. Out quickly to Jackson on the right side, on the right wing, top of the circle. Heil fouls from 3, no good. And Dylan Moore gets the rebound. Carterville controls.
Not the shot Coach Hawkins wanted from
Not
Heil.
really. Dylan Moore is wide open on the left baseline. He puts it home. He's fouled and is going to go to the line for the and one.
Moore hesitated to shoot the 3, then he drove baseline, got the guy up in the air, kissed it off the glass, and Carterville's got a chance to take a 2-point lead.
That was huge. And a nice move by Moore as the foul was called on Whitman. Is that right? Yes. So we have substitutions taking place. Moore is at the line to shoot The traditional three-point, hits the free throw, good for Dylan Moore. He's got 3 in the game. 27-25, Carterville back in the lead with 1:30 left here in the second quarter. Panthers with the basketball. It is Shaw, and it's a turnover on the Panthers. There goes Blake Jackson down the right side. He works it to Taylor Howell. They get it to Luke Ford. He's tied up, but he pulls it away. Jackson fires from 3, no good. Taylor Howell gets fouled and makes the bucket. He's going to the line for the foul and the and one. Nice job by Taylor Howell.
Howell in the right place at the right time. Then he had enough strength to get it to go in while his arm was being grabbed.
Yeah, and he got hammered as the foul is on Lucas Ross of the Panthers. That's his first. That's the 16th foul now. Carterville back up to a 4-point lead, and Howell is at the line shooting 1. It bounces around, and it's good for Taylor. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 points for Taylor Howell in this game so far. 30-25, the 5-point lead as we're making our way toward 1 minute in the first half. Nice drive by Ridenour, and he's fouled for the Panthers. He just tucked his head, tucked the ball under his arm, and went right to the hole, was able to bank it home.
Most of the time in this first half when a Jerseyville Panthers had the ball and tried to go to the basket on the dribble drive and beat their man, nobody for Carterville has helped out defensively and come across.
The free throw was missed, and it was Kobe Gibson that was able to get the rebound. Taylor Howell jumped just a little bit too soon and missed time to jump and didn't get that rebound and paid for it there. Luke Ford down on the low block is hit from behind, loses the ball, and it's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Now Shane Hawkins looks at Luke Ford and makes the gesture of get the ball up high where they can't get their arms in there, hands in there, and knock the ball away.
And he says go up strong to Luke Ford when he turns around and looks. Dylan Moore on the left wing. He's guarded by Goldacker. And Carterville has the basketball, 43 seconds, and the 1-point lead. Beasley between the circles to Luke Ford on the right elbow. Over to Dylan Moore. They get it on the left baseline into Ford, and he is fouled. We got a hack. I believe that is going to be on Saberwine.
So Ford should go to the line to shoot 1 and 1.
Actually called that on Ridenour. So now Carterville is in the bonus, and Luke Ford is going to be at the line shooting the 1 and 1. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike family of dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of Carterville Lions sports. Coming up, we've got our Carterville Banking Center halftime report coming up. We'll talk about the win in the first game today, and Luke Ford hits the first free throw for the Lions. He'll get the bonus. And recap action here. Kind of talk about who our early leader is for our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Justin Johnson is going to check in for Luke Ford. With the free throw is no good, so JJ is going to have to wait at the scorer's bench. 25 seconds left here in the half. Into the front court with the basketball. Guarded by Dylan Moore. Panthers have it. 16, 15, 14 remaining in the half. Out top, and we have a foul on Dylan Moore.
Now they got fouls to give, so that's not a bad foul.
No, it's not. That is going to be the first on Dylan Moore. That's the 5th team foul. 12.2 seconds left. And the ball is going to belong to Jerseyville. They get it in to Gibson. Gibson to Ridenour. Ridenour on the left wing. He drives, left-hand dribble. Swing pass all the way over to Hall. He fires from 3, no good. The ball is in the air. It's tipped around. It goes out of bounds, and that is how we end the first half. Carterville has a 2-point lead over Jerseyville, 31-29. And they had the lead after the first 17-10. Jerseyville is able to fight back, take the lead for a while, but Carterville, as we head to the break, is up by a pair. It's Dave McKenzie and Scott Hudson. We got your halftime show brought to you by the Carbondale Carterville Banking Center. It's on the way next on News Radio WJPF. let's go 3 minutes here. 3 minutes, please.
Largest locally owned community bank. We offer convenient online and mobile banking, mobile check deposit, online mortgage services, and have 25 Southern Illinois branches to serve you. Banterra Bank, proud supporter of Southern Illinois high school sports. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
For over 30 years, Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating of Carterville has proudly served Southern Illinois. Charlie's has earned their customers' trust, and they welcome the opportunity to earn yours. No job is too big or too small for Charlie's. Ask about their preferred service agreement for any brand and how it saves you money. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating is a certified York dealer located in downtown Carterville. Call 985-2502. Online at charliesairconditioningandheating.com. Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions.
Some of the most important choices we make for our family are about medical and dental professionals. Dr. Justin Settle has a dentist office in Marion in the northeast corner of the Town and Country Shopping Center. Dr. Settle and his professional staff can make this health choice a little bit easier. Preventative, cosmetic, oral surgery, removable prosthetics, and Dr. Settle offers Botox injections as well. Check Dr. Settle out online, justinsettledmd.com, or call the office and set up an appointment. An important health choice just got a little easier.
I heard that pretty much everyone in Southern Illinois can now belong to SIU Credit Union. So I went to SIUCU.org to find out what it's all about. Did you know that credit unions are not-for-profit, member-owned financial cooperatives? Me either. I also learned that SIU Credit Union offers free checking accounts, low-rate auto loans, and they even give back to our local community. Sounds like a win-win to me. Check it out for yourself at SIUCU.org.
SIU Credit Union, where Southern Illinois belongs. Membership required. All loans open to credit approval. Administered by NCUA.
Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. Joe's Lawn Service, Carterville, is a locally owned and operated business serving Southern Illinois for over 20 years, specializing in much more than commercial or residential lawn care. Joseph McMahon and his crew produce Carterville, bush hopping, tree trimming, door tree removal, landscaping maintenance, and much more. Call 534-8148. Rain or shine, sleet or snow, call Joe. 534-8148. That's 534-8148.
When you walk through the doors of People's National Bank, you can count on the golden rule still being in place. We're here for you. Your hopes, your dreams, your everyday needs, and we promise to never forget that or take it for granted. As a locally owned bank for over 100 years, we promise to continue to uphold the values and principles of the golden rule for the next 100 years and beyond. People's National Bank, proudly serving Southern Illinois since 1909. www.peoplesnationalbank.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Pinckneyville High School. It's Dave McKenzie with my partner Scott Hudson on a Tuesday night where the Carterville Lions at the half lead the Jerseyville Panthers 31-29. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale's Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale, they now have an online mortgage center so you can check rates or you can even apply for a mortgage anytime. For more information on the Bank of Carbondale's online mortgage center, visit their website at tboc.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender, and all loans are subject to credit approval.
Well, a pretty good first half of basketball, entertaining first half. Carterville had a 17-10 lead in that first half, but then got outscored 19-14 the rest of the way. Carterville leads by 2. Here's how some of the stats look. Carterville out-rebounded Jerseyville 11-9. Ford led the Lions with 3. Ridnour, the little 5'9" guard, led the Panthers with 4. Both teams had 6 turnovers, and both teams shot 55% from the field in that first half. Sometimes stats lie. This is one time it doesn't. We have a close game, and the stats prove it.
When you look at the scoring for both teams, let's start with Jerseyville. They are led by, I believe it is going to be Kurt Hall, who has 7 points. Also, Jake Ridnour, he's got 7. And Blake Whitman with 7 in the first half. Drew Saberwine has 4. And Kobe Gibson has 2. And A.J. Shaw has 2 points. Jerseyville has 29 points here at the half. Looking at scoring from the Lions, first quarter, was their best scoring quarter, and they spread the ball around. Blake Jackson hit a 3. Justin Johnson had a couple of baskets. He's got 5 at the half. Dylan Moore has 3. It is Brendan Beasley with 9 points. He has 2 3-pointers and a 2. And then Luke Ford at the half has 3. Taylor Heil has 8 at the half. Carterville 31, Jerseyville 29. It's interesting. We talked about this in the first game, and that is points off turnovers. And, we said that for every turnover that you get, you want to score 2 points. You want that to be a 1 to 2 ratio.
Right.
On the turnovers, Carterville has 8 points, and Jerseyville has 7 points off turnovers here this evening. So getting some points off turnovers, that's huge.
Well, and Jerseyville got back into this game early in the second quarter when they hit 3. Their first 3 shots from the field were good, and they were all threes. Kind of had the Lions reeling a little bit. Carterville regained their composure, had a 4-point lead. Now it's down to 2 at half. I think for Carterville, defensively, they're going to have to fight through the screens. This is a motion offense Jerseyville runs. On the perimeter, they just try to get somebody open to shoot the ball from the outside. They really don't have an inside presence. So Carterville's going to have to fight through those picks and screens, and they cannot let guys, whether it be Ridnow or Whitman or whoever, just sit out on the wing or in the corner
and have it
wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually they're going to hit those. They missed some early, but they started hitting those in the second quarter. So I think Carterville's just got to tighten it up a little bit defensively.
And I think what's happened is Carterville has been lulled by some of their previous competition, that they've been able to leave those 3 balls open and get out and put pressure on the shooter, and they've not fallen. This is a team that they can hit those threes. They've proven that here in the first half.
Yeah, they did. And I think maybe part of that complacency guarding the perimeter was early in the first quarter, Jerseyville missed about 2 or 3, wide open threes. And it kind of gives you a sense of belief that, okay, this is the way they're going to shoot the ball the rest of the game. And that didn't happen. Jerseyville really shot well in that second quarter. So we got us a game. This is a good game. We talked about Jerseyville having played a tough schedule like Carterville. This is a good team, but I think if Carterville can somehow get Ford and Heil going on the inside, I don't think Jerseyville can handle either one of those, and especially both of them.
31-29 is the score. Carterville with the lead. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, second half action here at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. You're listening to Lions Basketball on News Radio WJPF. Let's go 90 here, please. 90. I think. Hey, everybody online. Howdy.
Meeting of Carterville has proudly served Southern Illinois. Charlie's has earned their customers' trust, and they welcome the opportunity to earn yours. No job is too big or too small for Charlie's. Ask about their preferred service agreement for any brand.
Bring it back after this one, please. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Charlie's Air Conditioning and Heating in downtown Carterville for over 30 years, proudly supporting the Carterville Lions. You can go online, visit charliesairconditioningandheating.com or call 985-2502. Scott?
Carterville will get the ball to start the third quarter. Let's go back to the last 2 games. Against Nashville, Carterville came out and blistered the Nets, which helped propel them to the win at Nashville. Earlier today against Cissna Park, came out in the third quarter, blistered the Nets again, and that propelled them to a big win. Now, can they get the hat trick? 3 straight games of having great third quarters to help them win a ball game.
We'll find out as we are underway here in the third quarter. Carterville now moving closer to us from right to left. Luke Ford, top of the key between the circles, looks for some help. Over to Blake Jackson on the right wing. He directs traffic and wants to work it over to Justin Johnson. Johnson into Heil at the paint. Nice job with the give and go to Luke Ford. They work it back out to Heil. Heil from about 12, no good. Rebound comes off to Luke Ford. He fights it off. And Carterville resets over to Beasley, to Johnson now on the left wing. To Luke Ford at the elbow, at the box, and swing past to Jackson. He fires from 3. Boom! That is a nice, good, fantastic offensive set for the Lions.
They were patient, waited for the guy to get open, and then bam, there goes the 3.
34-29, Carterville on top, into the front court for the Panthers. They have it to Kurt Hall. Hall to the left wing. That is Whitman. Whitman guarded by Jackson. Some confusion on the offensive end. Swing pass all the way over to the far side from 3 is good. And that is A.J. Shaw that buries the 3. And it's like you said, leave them open, and they're going to hit that. There was nobody around on that one.
So all the momentum you've got off that opening 3
is gone. Carterville with the basketball. Beasley toward the left side. A little bit of a zone man-to-man is what this looks like for defensively. They get it over to Heil. Heil to Blake Jackson. Swing pass to Beasley. Beasley steps into a 3-ball, rims around. Justin Johnson gets the rebound and the putback. That's good for Johnson. Carterville 36, Panthers 32.
Tell you what, Johnson and Jackson have played well in this tournament so far.
Yes, they have. They've had a busy day. They're going to sleep well tonight. As it is Shaw with the dribble. Top of the circle. Into, I believe that's Whitman, and a turnover on the pass. The ball's going to belong to the Lions.
Take advantage of these turnovers, and you can extend this 4-point lead to maybe 6 or 7 with a 3.
5:50 remaining in the third quarter. Beasley takes a slow walk across midcourt to Taylor Heil. Between the circles. Wants to get it down low. We looked inside trying to find Luke Ford. Beasley works it over to the far side. That's where Blake Jackson is. He's guarded by Hall. Back into Heil. He drives into the free throw line. Kick out pass to Jackson.
Boom.
That is good for Blake Jackson. He's got 2 3-pointers here. That's how you break down that zone defense by the Panthers. Into the front court. That is Ridnour. They work it over to Hall. Hall drives the left baseline, and he's fouled. And they'll have the ball out of bounds. I believe the foul. That is on Blake Jackson. That is the second foul on Blake Jackson. So the Panthers have the basketball under their own basket. In to Ross. Now to Ridnour. Ridnour, top of the circle, looks for help. Gets it into Ross. They kick it out to Whitman. He thought about shooting, but he backs it off. So it's Ridnour. Into the paint. That is Ross. His turnaround. The basket was good by Whitman, and he's fouled. And he's going to go to the line and shoot a free throw.
Yeah, Ford got him with his body. This Jerseyville team just will not go away.
That is the first foul on Luke Ford. The free throw from Whitman, no good, and Carterville controls the rebound. So it's a 5-point lead for the Lions, 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Beasley to Taylor Heil. Heil with a left-hand dribble gives it to Justin Johnson on the left wing. Now to Ford, top of the circle, top of the key rather, to Jackson. To Beasley. Carterville's going to reset. Shane Hawkins sets the play for the Lions. 5-point lead, 4:26 remaining. In the third quarter, the ball tipped away, but Taylor Heil runs it down way out top, and Carterville is going to reset. Into Luke Ford, and he gets the right-hand bank shot for the Lions. His first bucket of the second half. That is 5 for Luke Ford.
He's just so strong when he gets down on the low post.
And I'm telling you what, I am more and more impressed with his footwork.
Yeah.
He just really does a nice job. That's a 41-34 lead for the Lions as Whitman gets the little runner for the Panthers. It's good. It's a 5-point lead for the Lions. Into the front court, Beasley gets it to Heil from the free throw line. His jumper no good. Rebound comes off to Blake Jackson. Back to Beasley on the right wing. To Jackson on the right baseline. Nice pass to Heil. He kicks it over to Justin Johnson. No good. Rebound controlled by Ridnour of the Panthers. He's quickly into the front court. Carterville with a 5-point lead. 3:20 remaining in the third quarter. Whitman guarded by Beasley. They leave it for Ross. Ross back top of the circle to Whitman and over toward the left side. Panthers control. They're down 5. They had the lead there in the second quarter. Carterville's had the lead, though, since about a minute and a half left in the second. Carterville into the front court. Blake Jackson from 3. Boom! Blake Jackson. He is smoking hot. He's got 12 points, and we have a timeout called by Jerseyville. It is a 30-second timeout. Carterville leads it 44-36. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive. Now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting your Carterville Lions. And don't forget, they're more than apparel. They design logos, brochures, posters, as well as vinyl signs and decals. Go online, artworkscustomgraphics.com.
Boy, what a game by Jackson. He has kind of picked up the scoring drought from the outside. Dylan Moore's kind of struggled from the outside. Beasley, who had a good first half, has really struggled from the outside the last couple of games. And Mr. Jackson, even Mr. Johnson, have stepped up big tonight, and that's what Carterville needs. They've got enough good shooters that it doesn't have to be just one or two guys on the outside.
Spread the love, baby.
If you can spread the love, then you got the other team's coach trying to figure out, who am I going to stop next?
He's got 3 shots here in the third quarter, all 3 from three-point land, and he's hit all 3. So that'll soften up that zone defense as Whitman takes a run, and the right-hand layup is good for Whitman. He's got 6 here in the third quarter. Carterville 44, Jerseyville 38. Beasley with the right-hand dribble on the right wing. Zone defense still by Jerseyville as Beasley steps into a three-pointer. That is loose. Nice job by Blake Jackson as he comes flashing in on the rebound. He hit his head, but it's Taylor Heil that gets the easy putback after a fantastic assist from Blake Jackson as the Panthers have the basketball. From 3, that's Gibson off the iron, no good, and a rebound by Taylor Heil, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Lions. So that was a great play by Blake Jackson.
That's a hustle play. That's something. He came from the wing to get that ball and threw it back in to Heil, who just kissed it off the glass.
That may be the hustle play of the year so far.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Right now, he's in the lead for Joe's Lawn Care Player of the Game. I can tell you that.
Just on that, Shane Hawkins is warming up. He just took his jacket off for the second time tonight as Beasley works it over to Dylan Moore, who just checked in for the Lions. But a turnover by Ford. Pass is picked off, and the Panthers have it at midcourt. And there's a foul by Blake Jackson, the aforementioned Wonder Kid. He's got 3 fouls. It's the third team foul on the Lions here. Jerseyville has no fouls in the second half so far as Panthers fire from 3, and that is good by Gibson. Cody Gibson, he's got 5 for the Lions. He just checked in, or excuse me, 5 for the Panthers. He just checked in here in the second half. Dylan Moore into the paint, gets it to Luke Ford, now to Blake Jackson on the left wing. Gets the pick from Ford, dumps it down to Ford. He gets it tried to put it on the floor to dribble, and the ball's loose. The Panthers control. They are on the run as Ridnour is into the front court. Left wing, looks for some help. Gets it to Whitman. Whitman takes it right down the lane. The runner no good. Rebound jumps, passes around. Now it's back out top to Ridnour. Ridnour needs some help. Finds Whitman down low on the right block. Or excuse me, Lucas Ross. He's fouled and is going to go to the line and shoot 2 as the foul is called on the Carterville Lions. That is Luke Ford. That is the second foul on Ford in the game.
Jerseyville's getting too many easy looks offensively. Carterville's having to work a little harder to get their shots, and Luke's got to learn one thing. When you get the ball in the paint, do not put it on the floor because your size becomes irrelevant at that point.
Yep. Luke Ford comes to the Carterville bench. JJ, Justin Johnson, checks back in for the Lions. The second free throw is good by Ross, Lucas Ross. He checks out of the game, is going to get a breather. Carterville with the basketball and a 4-point lead. 56 seconds left in the third quarter. Beasley brings it across the timeline. Justin Johnson is double teamed on the left wing. He works his way around it all the way over to the far side. Dylan Moore with the left-hand dribble. He is guarded tightly by Saberwine. Beasley drives the right baseline. Now he's trapped himself and he's fouled. The foul is going to be on Gibson, Cody Gibson. That's his first foul. And that's the first team foul now on the Panthers in this second half.
Jerseyville's double teaming the ball at every opportunity. Somebody's got to be open.
The secret is trying to find that open man.
Yeah, and of course, not only finding it, but being able to turn towards the basket and look for the open guy. You can't have your back to the basket the whole time.
Exactly. Moore with the basketball, inbounded from Beasley to Blake Jackson. 30 seconds remain in the third. JJ, Justin Johnson, left wing. Back to Blake Jackson. Back to Johnson toward the left side. 20 seconds remain. He steps in, steps back out. Right-hand dribble to Brendan Beasley, wearing number 30. Works his way between the circles. 10 seconds left in the third quarter. They'll move now. Beasley loses the handle in the backcourt. He's in trouble. Throws it away, and it's a turnover on the Lions. And Jerseyville is going to have a chance to get within 3.8 seconds left in the third quarter.
Yeah, Moore was open. Beasley just panicked a little bit and just shot it over Moore's head. That's the third Carterville turnover in the third quarter.
So Jerseyville makes some substitutions. Checking in is A.J. Shaw. Basically the length of the floor to go. Passes to Ridnour.
Stepped out of bounds.
He stepped out of bounds, turned it over. So Carterville is going to have the chance for the last second shot. 2.2 seconds to be exact.
Enough time to get a decent shot off.
Should be. It should be. From midcourt, Taylor Hile's going to trigger the inbounds. Looks for the cutter. Blake Jackson steps. He stepped out of bounds as well. So 1.1 seconds left in the third quarter. And once again, Jerseyville, the chance for the last second shot. Not quite as good a chance as what Carterville had with 2.2 seconds.
No.
They've got 1.1.
It's
what do you do with it?
Basically a catch and heave.
Mm-hmm. From beyond midcourt, no good, and that is how we end the third quarter. Carterville leads at 46-42. We're heading to the fourth. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. $60 here, Robert, if I didn't say that. Sorry. Back at Pinckneyville, Carterville has a 4-point lead heading to the fourth quarter, 46-42 over Jerseyville. The Carterville Lions, the two-time defending champion of this Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. And Jerseyville, prior to the two wins that Carterville had in the championship game the last 2 years, Jerseyville was the champion for the 2 years prior to that. So this is a matchup of former champions here this evening, and Carterville so far has that lead. 46-42, Jerseyville with the basketball into the far court. They leave it three-point wide open, or it's not wide open, but he throws it air ball, and it's out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Carterville Lions.
Both teams shot well from the field in the third quarter. Carterville 54%. Jerseyville 55%. The difference, Carterville hit 3 threes. Jerseyville hit 2.
Blake Jackson had the hot hand for the Lions. He had 9 points in that third quarter, all on 3-pointers, 3 of them. And it was Blake Whitman, the scoring leader for the Panthers in the third quarter. He had 6 points. Taylor Heil has the ball down on the low block, has it stolen and stripped away. Panthers are on into the front court. That is Gibson, Kobe Gibson. Looks for some help, gets it to Ross. He gives it to Ridenour, and he's able to take it to the rack, gets the bucket. They're down 4, 46-42. Carterville with the lead. Blake Jackson over to Justin Johnson. They bring it back to Jackson on the left wing. He's guarded by Hall. Over to JJ, back to Beasley on the right wing with a left-hand dribble. To Justin Johnson, now to Blake Jackson. Swing pass to Dylan Moore, finds Beasley on the right wing. Carterville showing some patience here in the offensive set. Looks for the backdoor cut, no good. They back it out. Blake Jackson has it on the left wing. Right-hand dribble. Looks for help to Johnson. Johnson to the right elbow. Finds Heil from 18, and that's good for Taylor Heil.
Boy, Carterville needed that in the worst way.
Yeah.
I think Taylor Heil needed that personally.
He's got 12 points in the game, but he had 7 in the second for the Lions. So the Panthers have the basketball. Lions the 4-point lead. As into the front court is Gibson. Gibson at the top of the circle, over to the right wing. That's where you find Ridenour. Ridenour gets into trouble, runs into a wall. Now the baseline drive. Left passes down low to Ross. He's able to bank it home. He's got 3 points in the game. They're back within 2. Into the front court. Go ahead.
Too easy for Jerseyville offensively.
Beasley with the basketball to Johnson, finds Heil about 8 feet out, decides to turn it back around. They work it around the perimeter. Dylan Moore to Justin Johnson to Beasley. Beasley toward the right wing. He's guarded by Gibson, and the ball's turned over. And Jerseyville has a chance to tie this game up with 5:15 left in the ball game. Into the front court with it is Ridenour, Jake Ridenour. He controls the offense for the Lions, for the Panthers. Top of the circle to the elbow, drops it off for 3, in, out, no good. That shot from Hall, but the rebound is tracked down by the Panthers. They're going to reset over toward the left wing. Jake Ridenour between the circles. He wants to drive the lane, kicks it over to Hall. Hall back to Ridenour. Ridenour with the left-hand dribble, works to the left side. Back to Hall, now toward the right wing. They find the cutting Ridenour. His shot is up and good, and he's fouled. And he's going to go to the line and shoot the and one.
Yeah. As good as Carterville's defense was in the first game this afternoon, it's just been about that bad. Too many open lanes down the middle. Too many open threes. Luke Ford checks back into the game. Maybe he can put a stop to this nonsense.
They're saying that foul was on number 23 for the Lions. That is Fidel Campbell. He's not even in the game there. They change it to Taylor Heil. And the free throw was good by Ridenour. So now it's a 1-point lead for the Panthers. Carterville with the basketball, though. They work to the near court as it's Heil to Beasley. Heil steps into the paint. Little jump shot is good by Taylor Heil. He's got 4 here in the fourth. Carterville back on top by 1. A steal by the Lions. Beasley gets it, fires from 3, no good. And the rebound comes off to the Panthers. That would have been huge right there if he could get that to fall.
That would have been big.
As Panthers with the basketball into the front court. 4 minutes remaining. The 1-point lead for the Lions. Ridenour puts his shot up. He's fouled by Luke Ford. I don't think Ford touched him, but he's called for the foul. It's his third, and it is going to be Ridenour at the line, shooting 2.
Yeah, Luke's just got to stay on the floor and wait till the man with the ball goes up, and then he can go up, but he went for the head fake.
First free throw is no good. This Lions broadcast brought to you by Crystal's Catering and More. More than you expected, more memorable for your guests. And you can always go online, visit crystalsgoodfood.com for more information. So Jake Ridnour at the line for the second free throw is good. He's got 6 points here in the fourth quarter. And we are all square at 3:57 remaining in the game. Length of the floor to go for the Lions. On the floor, Heil, Beasley, Moore, Ford, Jackson. Beasley comes across the timeline between the circles over to Blake Jackson toward the right wing. He wants to get it to Luke Ford. Ford has his man on his hip. They can't get it to him. Now double team cracks down on Ford. They work it out top, and we have a foul that is called on Nathan Goldacre of the Panthers, and that is on Taylor Heil. That is the second team foul, though, this half for the Panthers.
Yeah, Jerseyville still has 4 to give, so they're not really concerned about fouls as long as it's not a shooting foul.
On the inbounds pass, it's tipped away. Turnover on the Lions, and it is Goldacre that drives the lane, and he gets fouled, and I think they're going to call it on Brendan Beasley. That is going to be the second on Beasley, and Goldacre is going to be at the line shooting 2 for Jerseyville.
Yeah, Carterville's had problems inbounding the ball tonight. That is 7 turnovers in the second half and 13 for the game.
Goldacre with the basketball at the line. Did he make that?
Nope.
Missed it.
Brick. Laborers Union will be giving him a call tomorrow morning.
Yes, they will. Offering a job. The second one is no good, and Luke Ford gathers in the rebound. All tied at 50, 3:27 remaining in the game. Jackson on the right wing. He's guarded by Ridnour. Now they get it to Ford, back to Jackson, into Taylor Heil, and we have a push from behind called on A.J. Shaw. That is his third, and that is the third team foul now on the Panthers. This Lions broadcast brought to you by the Ike family dealerships, Ike Honda and Ike Volkswagen of Marion, proud supporters of Carterville Lions sports. The inbounds pass is tipped away by Beasley. Shane Hawkins barks at Beasley, as he should. A little lazy on that pass.
And you got to have more than one guy cutting to the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Need options. So Beasley is going to have another shot to inbound. Looks to the right, looks to the right, looks to the right, gets it into Heil. Heil has a lane to the basket. He banks it home. That's how you work that inbounds pass. He's got 6 here in the fourth. Carterville back to the 2-point lead. As Ridnour has the ball for the Panthers, works it into Shaw over toward the left side. That is Whitman. Whitman back to Goldacre. And it is Severwine that drives the lane, kick out pass. Now they're working it to Ridnour. Ridnour on the right block, top of the key to Whitman. He fires from 3. Taylor Heil with a huge rebound. And Carterville controls. They have a chance to extend the lead here. 2.5 left in this ball game. What a good ball game.
Yeah, it's been a very good ball game. Both teams have had opportunities to extend leads and just couldn't.
Dylan Moore from the top of the key for the Lions. He buries the three-pointer. That was huge and unexpected, I would think it would be what you would say there is we have a timeout called by the Jerseyville Panthers. Carterville on top, 55-50. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by Artworks in Carterville, specializing in custom graphics and apparel. Visit them today for all of your Carterville spirit wear on West Plaza Drive, now offering in-house embroidery, proudly supporting your hometown Lions. And don't forget, go online, visit artworkscustomgraphics.com. Coming up on the post-game show, we're going to have the opportunity, Scott, to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. And we'll have a chance to talk to head coach Shane Hawkins in our Banterra Bank post-game show. That is immediately following action here. Game 2 for the Lions today. They won earlier today over Cessna Park, 51-36. And they have a 5-point lead with 2:20 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Well, what a big three by Dylan Moore. He has struggled offensively last couple of games, but he can shoot the ball. He was wide open. You got to take that shot. Now Carterville has got to force Jerseyville to take time off the clock before they can get a shot off.
Into the front court, that is Ridnour toward the left wing. He gives it up to Gibson, Kobe Gibson, top of the circle. He looks for some help. Back to Ridnour. Ridnour has it toward the right side, looks for a cutter, gets it to the free throw lane to Ross. Ross tries to set a pick, and that's how you do it. Make them run that offense, and a turnover is picked off by Heil. Quickly to Beasley into the front court, and he is fouled, and it was on the floor, so Carterville is going to have possession. But the chance to run some of that clock down as the foul is called. Kobe Gibson with the foul. That is his second, but it's Carterville basketball. They can get out front and run some offense.
First, one of the few times tonight, Jerseyville has not found a quick open shot.
Beasley, top of the circle. Patience is the word now for the Lions as Beasley backs it up toward the midcourt stripe. Dylan Moore, top of the circle. 2. We have a foul out front on Jerseyville. That is going to be on Blake Whitman. And so that is the 5th team foul now on Jerseyville. Checking out is going to be Luke Ford. Justin Johnson checks back in. 1:31 remaining in the game, and a 5-point lead for the Lions. Pass gets in to Dylan Moore. They leave it for Brennan Beasley. He shaked and baked. Finds a wide open Taylor Heil on the right wing. Now you can see that the Panthers are starting to press, and they foul Blake Jackson.
That could almost be an intentional foul.
That could be an intentional foul.
I don't think they'll call it intentional, but
that is the 3rd on Gibson for the Panthers. That is the 6th team foul. They still have one to go before the Lions are in the bonus. Johnson is going to inbound. His pass is tipped, and it's turned over and goes to the Panthers. In the backcourt, finally they get across midcourt. Down 5. 67 seconds remaining. We have a timeout called as head coach Stote Reeder is not a happy camper. It's a full timeout, and we're going to take a break as well. Carterville with a 5-point lead, 55-50. You're listening to Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. 60, please, 60.
inbounding a ball should not be that difficult.
No, it shouldn't. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the City of Carterville. Mayor Brad Robinson and the entire City of Carterville, proud sponsors and supporters, Carterville Lions sports. 67 seconds left, Scott.
Force Jerseyville to have to run clock before they can get a good shot.
They have it in the front courts as we break the 1 minute mark. Swing pass over to Hall. He fires from three off the back of the iron, no good. Big rebound, though, by Ross. He gets it. Back to Hall, and he's looking to get fouled. He's got Blake Jackson on him. Nice job defensively, and we have a timeout that is called by Stote Reeder, the head coach of Jerseyville. It's a 30-second timeout. This Lions broadcast is brought to you by the Bank of Carbondale, their Carterville Banking Center. The Bank of Carbondale is proud to be a locally owned and operated community bank. Stop by and visit their friendly and professional staff at the Carterville Banking Center, located at 200 West Plaza Drive, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, Dave, Carterville's been in situations like this earlier this year. Against Collinsville, they came back and lost a close one. Against Marion in the Pyramid Plus, close but no cigar. But they've also won close games. found a way to come back and beat Anna Jonesboro, and they really didn't play that well. Of course, the big win at Nashville last Wednesday night. Carterville's been in these situations before. This should not be anything that should rattle them.
So it's Jerseyville basketball under their own basket as they get it into Whitman. Whitman to Hall. His shot no good. Doesn't hit anything, and Heil gets the rebound, and we have a foul. That is called on Kurt Hall. He fouls Blake Jackson. Jackson is going to go to the line and shoot the 1-and-1.
Dave, Carterville has only attempted 4 field goals in this fourth quarter, but they've hit every one of them. And Jerseyville's really cooled off. They're only 3 of 8 in this fourth quarter.
And it's Taylor Heil that has 3 two-point buckets, and it was Dylan Moore that hit a huge three-pointer there at the beginning of the fourth as Blake Jackson hits his first free throw. So he's going to pick up the bonus. 9-12. He's got 13 points on the game. Jackson at the line shooting. The second is good. That's what you got to do. That's how you put a game away. Hit those free throws. 7-point lead, 40 seconds for the Lions. So into the front court, it is the Panthers. As there's no organization there, they get it to Hall. Hall, he puts his shot up, no good. Rebound, once again, Whitman with the rebound. He tries to shoot, and he's fouled by Taylor Heil. And Whitman is going to go to the line and shoot 2.
Yeah, you don't want to stop the clock. Of course, it's a 3-possession game at this point for Jerseyville. Carterville's just got to take care of the basketball at this point. You got to hit your free throws, take care of the basketball, and get a little help from Jerseyville not making free throws.
Whitman misses his first free throw. Luke Ford checks in. Justin Johnson checks out. Wished I knew the score of that Benton game. See, they're playing right now.
I think they're playing Albany.
They are. And if Carterville wins, they'll play at 1:30 tomorrow, and I believe it'll be the winner of, if Benton wins, I think it's going to be the Benton Rangers.
Yep. Jerseyville hit their second free throw, so it's a 6-point Carterville lead, 28.3 to go.
6 points, 25 seconds left, and we have the
tie-up, and luckily for the Lions, the arrow points to the Lions. Boy, just struggling. They did get the ball in. That's the good point.
I would say that inbounds play is something that will be worked on by the Lions in practice. The next time they have the opportunity, as Beasley is fouled on the inbounds pass, he's going to go to the line and shoot the 1-and-1. Don't forget, coming up after the game, we're going to select our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Beasley is going to be at the line, shooting the 1-and-1. He's got 9 points so far in the game. First one by Beasley is good.
Attaboy, hit those free throws.
Timeout called by head coach Shane Hawkins of the Carterville Lions. It is a full, and we will take a break as well. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Your Lions lead at 58-51, 24 seconds left. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Welcome back to Pinckneyville. Dave McKenzie with Scott Hudson. 58-51. Carterville on top. 24 seconds left. And Brendan Beasley is going to be at the line to shoot the second of his free throws on the bonus. It rims out. So 7-point lead, 20 seconds left. Quickly into the front court. It is Gibson, fires from 3 off the back of the iron. Taylor Howell, a big rebound, and he is fouled and is going to go to the line for the 1-and-1 with 14 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Jerseyville's missed their last 6 shots from the field. So when it got to be crunch time and you had to have the big baskets or the big rebounds, Jerseyville was not able to find a way to get those, and it looks like Carterville's going to escape with a win and head into the semis tomorrow afternoon.
At 1:30, as the free throw is short by Heil. He knew it as soon as it left his hand. He charged into the lane as the 3 ball from way deep is no good. Blake Jackson gets the rebound, 5 seconds left, throws it into the backcourt, 2-1. The shot at the buzzer is no good. 58-51 is the final score. Carterville 2-0 for the 3rd year in a row at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. Can you believe it? They are going to be playing at 1:30 in the afternoon here in Pinckneyville, and we assume I don't want to do that. We'll find out for sure here in just a second. We're going to get into our Banterra Bank post-game show. We're going to choose our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game and hopefully have a couple of minutes to spend with Coach Shane Hawkins. It's all coming up next. Lions win 58-51. It's Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF. Back in Pinckneyville, where your Carterville Lions have just knocked off the Jerseyville Panthers 58-51. They've advanced on to the semifinals here at the Duster Thomas Hoops Classic. That game is going to take place tomorrow at 1:30 here in the main gym at Pinckneyville High School. We'll have all the action starting at 1:15 here on News Radio WJPF. We'll have I'm trying to do 2 things at once, and I better stop.
Multitasking.
We'll have the pregame show starting at 1:15 at News Radio WJPF. The live stream will be up as well. You'll be able to watch and listen to the game. But Carterville Lions, what a big win it was tonight, Scott, 58-51.
Oh, it was a big win. Jerseyville, we knew coming in that their record was a little misleading because of some of the teams they had lost to. And there's a couple times in the game where Jerseyville got the lead, and Carterville had to fight back, and they did it, and then held on for a 7-point win. Looking at the official stats, I was very, very close with my stats, so I feel like
Did a good job.
I did a good
I'm
job.
going to go on and pay you for this game.
All right, well, that's great. Here's, Carterville for the game shot 60% from the field. They only shot 4 times in the fourth quarter, but made all 4. 60% in the third quarter, 45.5 in the second, and 60% in the first quarter. We talked about the offensive woes. Well, they didn't have any offensive woes tonight. It was more of a defensive lapse at times that kept Jerseyville in the game. But for Carterville, they out-rebounded Jerseyville 23-18. Heil led the Lions with 7. Ridnour, the little point guard, had 5 to lead the Panthers. 15 turnovers for the Lions, only 10 for Jerseyville. And again, shooting, Carterville shot 60% from the field, 46% for the Jerseyville Panthers.
Brendan Beasley, as you said, he had 10 points for the Lions. Taylor Heil, 16. Blake Jackson had 14. And I tell you what, need to talk about our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. And I think I would like to give the player of the game to Blake Jackson, our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game tonight. Not only did he have 14 points, but he made one of the best defensive plays or assist come flashing out of nowhere on a ball that was heading out of bounds on the baseline. He grabbed it and just threw it back right to Taylor Heil, who had the easy putback. He was tenacious on defense, hit some huge three-pointers. He had 3 three-pointers in that third quarter for the Lions. I don't know if you agree or not, but I think Blake Jackson should be our Joe's Lawn Care player of the game.
You want any argument from me? He was 4 of 5 from beyond the arc. You mentioned the big hustle play underneath the basket. He had 14 points. He gave the Lions a much-needed assist, if you will, from the outside, shooting the ball because Beasley and Moore had been struggling to shoot the ball. Beasley did have 10 tonight. He had a couple of threes, but I thought Blake Jackson was kind of like the guy that maybe Jerseyville didn't expect to be somebody that would hurt them tonight, but Blake Jackson did with 4 out of 5 beyond the arc, 14 points, and he added 5 rebounds. So no argument there. Blake Jackson, star of the game.
Blake Jackson, your Joe's Lawn Care player of the game. Shane Hawkins knows everybody and God here in Pinckneyville.
I think he is God in Pinckneyville.
He's making his way up here for our post-game show and the Banterra Bank post-game show. Thank you for tuning in here on News Radio WJPF. And Coach Shane Hawkins joins us. Let me tell you what, that was just another good, hard-fought basketball game by your Lions, Coach.
It was. That's a very good basketball team. And I know people will see their Jerseyville's record
But you look at the teams that they lost to. Holy
You're
cow.
losing to Centralia and Belleville East and Springfield. They've played people. Sometimes records can be deceiving. That record's deceiving, and we knew that going in. Coach Reeder does a great job with his program. They've won this tournament twice. He does a very good job with his program, and I knew it was going to be a challenge for us. I knew it was going to be a tight game. It was going to be an execution game, and at times we executed, at times we didn't. But like I told him, it wasn't a great day because we weren't unbelievable, but it's a very good day, and we're playing in the big boy bracket tomorrow.
I think one of the main things about the win tonight was you finally saw that outside shot start to fall for the Lions.
Yeah, but we've kind of established ourselves inside now, and at least Jerseyville watching us on film and watching us today, they were more worried about our inside game, which they probably should be. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
So that opens some stuff up to the outside. I think at times we still got to pound it inside, even though they're giving help because so many good things can happen. And then the next part of that is our big guys not dribbling in there. and facing either making a move or kicking it right back out and reestablishing position. And but they're getting better.
And what they're going to see is they're going to see the double team
Yes.
when they crack down on them. That means there's somebody open on the wing
Yes,
somewhere.
We're playing 4-on-3 somewhere.
Yep.
And we just have to be able to read that and recognize it and make our move. I think sometimes we get it in there and we hold it too long.
Yep.
And sometimes we
I
get
agree.
it on the perimeter and we hold it too long. Same thing can be said for our post guys. We get in there and we hold it and let the double team come. Or we go to dribbling right away and the double team comes and knocks it off our kneecaps. But it's a process. It's a daily process.
It's coming.
And it's coming. We're making strides in the right direction, no question.
Coach Blake Jackson, what a game he had tonight. 14 points, 4 or 5 beyond the arc. Had one of the best hustle plays you'll ever see under the basket that got you 2 points when you really need it badly. Blake Jackson kind of really just took the game over from the outside. I know they were probably thinking about Beasley, maybe more. Jackson steps up and hit some big threes for you tonight.
He did, and not only was he good offensively and made open shots, he had his aggressiveness back, and he's been passing up shots, and he's got to shoot open shots. He's too good of a shooter to pass up open shots, and I thought he caught it with his feet set with the mindset, hey, I'm open. It's time to go. It's time to make open shots. But I thought he did a tremendous job on Hall defensively and held him to 7, I think, and he's their leading scorer and best shooter, and I thought he did a tremendous job. He made him work. He got two open threes. I think it may have been he got 2. He was 2 for 8 from the arc and 2 for 10 from the field, and but I thought he did a very good job of guarding him and making things tough for him. And then the hustle play you talked about, he cracks his head on the railing, and he's got a nice knot. And once he got his faculties straight, as I kind of asked him, "Are you all right?" He goes, "Yeah." But that's a toughness play. That's making plays that win games, and when you have guys that are willing to go sacrifice body and limb, then we're making the right step.
You may know more than we do right now. We're 2-0. Going to play at 1:30 tomorrow. Are we playing the Benton Rangers?
Play Benton at 1:30. I think they held on. They held on. They were struggling early tonight with Olney, but I think they held on and found a way to win that one. So it'll be us and them tomorrow at 1:30, and then the other semifinals, Pinckneyville and Waterloo-Jabot, and then we'll worry about that 1:30 game, and then we'll see where the cards lay after that.
Benton is a tough team this year. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, but you know what? And we knew our bracket was pretty good.
Yeah.
Our pool. We knew our pool was pretty good, and as evident by this one tonight. But we also knew We also knew Benton was there, and Waterloo-Jabot was there, and Pinckneyville was there, and we knew that if we got in this bracket, that you were going to have 2 tough games on Wednesday. But you look at it, and you're in the championship bracket. You shouldn't expect anything less than having 4 very good basketball teams, and we'll go toss it up and play it a couple times tomorrow.
Coach, in the Pyramid Plus tournament, you had 2 close losses to Collinsville and Marion. You've had 2 close wins at home against AJ when you didn't really play as well as you probably would have liked, and then you had the close big win at Nashville. So when you were in this game tonight, late in the 4th, it's a close game. I told Dave on the air, I said, this is nothing new for Carterville. They've been here before. They've won in this situation. They've been close, and you finished it out like a good team should.
Yeah, and that's what, if you're going to be a championship caliber team, you've got to find ways to win those type of games. You've put yourself in a position for 28 or 30 minutes. Championship teams find a way to finish it up and go ahead and finish the job. And I think there's no question that the 2 losses in the Pyramid helped us win the Anna game. It helped us win at Nashville late, and there's no doubt it helped us. It helped us late here, and we're understanding
how to close a game.
Yeah, and we're understanding time and score and possession, and that wide open 15-footer in the last minute and a half may not be a real good shot. It was a real good shot for 25 or 26 minutes, but now it's crunch time. It's not that good of a shot, and I think our guys are understanding how to play late in games. We still have room for improvement, but it's nice to see us make adjustments and figure out how to win games while we're still probably not as good as we're going to be the last couple minutes of a game.
Carterville a winner tonight, 58-51. Again, they're going to take on the Benton Rangers at 1:30 here in Thomas Gymnasium at Pinckneyville High School. Your pregame show will start at 1:15. We'll have all the play-by-play starting at 1:30. Coach, congratulations. That's a great first day for the Carterville Lions. let's wrap it up tomorrow.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
Shane Hawkins, the head coach of your Carterville Lions. We chose Blake Jackson as our Joe's Lawn Care Player of the Game. Final thoughts, Scott, as we close out this broadcast.
Well, we saw a very, very good ball game here tonight, and I think Coach Hawkins said it best. Jerseyville's better than their record. You look at the teams they've lost to. You can't look at their 2 wins coming into this tournament and say, oh, man, they're not very good. They're a very good ball club, and Carterville found a way to win. They did some things in the fourth quarter that you don't like to see. They had trouble getting the ball inbounds at times, had a couple of turnovers, but they were able to get the win, and that's all that matters. And from a mental standpoint, I can't stress how much that means to a team when you get in close games and you find a way to win those. AJ, Nashville, now Jerseyville, all close games that they were in, and they found a way to win. Now they get a little bit of rest, and have to come back and play the undefeated Benton Rangers. It should be one heck of a game here tomorrow at 1:30.
It should be. We'll have all the action starting with our pregame show about 1:15. Tip-off is slated for 1:30. Carterville a winner tonight over Jerseyville, 58-51. For our producer-engineer back at the station, Mr. Robert Teese, another fantastic job from my partner, Scott Hudson. Carterville a winner, 58-51. We'll talk to you tomorrow afternoon. I'm Dave McKenzie. Thank you for listening to Carterville Lions basketball on News Radio WJPF.